I'm here with the Queen of Manchester, Rowetta, on Redcar Beach.
CVFM, the best thing on the radio.
Do you know, I'm so glad you've done that there, because what I'm going to do after this is we'll cut that and then we'll make
people
it
ask me all the time to do a
into
jingle.
a little jingle. So
people
there
ask
we
me all the
go.
time, you just do a jingle. And I can't, if I'm on everyone, it'd be rubbish, wouldn't it?
Well, we've got a treat there, so expect to hear that on our airwaves very soon. But Rowetta, thanks so much for sitting down with us. You just played a great set there on Redcar Beach. But is this the first time you've been to Redcar?
It is. I didn't even know there was a beach. I'm like, where's Majuba Beach? And it's Redcar got a beach. I knew there was sea in the northeast because I'm jealous because Whitley Bay and all my friends who live.
Oh yes,
we did Whitley Bay years ago, but I've got friends from Whitley Bay and Sunderland has a beach. Because I played Sunderland years ago. I love places with beaches anyway. But so I knew there was, but never checked. My friends live in Valencia and they went, why have you never visited us? I'm like, because you've not got a beach. We have a beach. I've just not looked at them. So I didn't know. Redcar, I've never been. Is it known for racing? Was it?
Mainly ice creams, I think.
Racing from Redcar.
There is a race course.
Maybe it's years ago. I remember I'm really old. It used to be on telly all the time, racing from Redcar. I'm just saying, I don't know why. I've never known there be like a night out, or because my friends, a lot of them, Bishops all sorts call them. They're here. I love Durham.
Durham, yes.
Newcastle, Middlesex, all of that. Newcastle, obviously, but I love getting it all wrong because they hate Mackhams, hate you calling them Geordies.
Oh, people take big offence if you kind of call them the wrong thing.
I do on
around
purpose,
here.
So I have no idea. How would you know? You wouldn't know. But it's like me going, are you Man U?
You were in Bilbao, weren't you? And you've obviously just come back, so I imagine it's been quite a busy few days for you then, coming here to play and being in Bilbao midweek.
Absolutely, because being a United fan, and then you get a call from United to say Manny, who's a great friend, it's DJ, Liam Frey's great friend again.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, Conrad, the manager, they're going, will I come and sing at the Fanzone with 20,000 United fans in this massive park before the game? We'll give you the ticket, fly it over with Sir Alex on it.
Did you get to speak to him?
I've met him before, but he's just one person. Him and Cantona go really weird. And David Bowie, nobody else, but in football, they're the ones. But I was behind him in passport control, and they wouldn't let him through. And everyone's going, let him through, come on, boss. And I'm in number 6, and he's in front of me. And I filmed him walking up to passport control. They've all met him before, all the players and everything, but me, And they're going, you can use number 4. I'm not moving. I'm pretending to be a security guard because he hasn't got one. It's Sir Alex Ferguson. And they're going, he's saying his passport, when you put it on that thing. He had to take your glasses off, sir. He said.
I mean, this is Sir Alex we're talking about here.
But to us, they're just saying, he's an old man though, as well. They should treat him with respect. But it was funny, a lot of us were pretending to be security, but they're used to seeing him. I'm not. I was like, we got on the same flight. Yeah. I can't believe he's not got a private jet. I think Liam Frey did.
So Liam had a private jet.
I think ours was chartered, but.
So Sir Alex on the flight. I bet he's kind of a daunting character to be around.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? I mean, he was a bit tipsy, I think, after the game, and he was saying, this will help us, losing. He lost 9 finals and won 32. And every time he lost. So it doesn't help, but I posted it. I think it's got 350,000 on Twitter. What do you call it?
Or likes, retweets.
On Twitter, though, 300, yeah. And there are these people who love him, people who hate him, they're all arguing. I've never had a post that's that popular. And I just thought it's fantastic attitude to have. Because luckily, the music was incredible. And I filmed Manny's boys from behind. Manny from the Stone Roses.
Oh, yeah, Manny, yeah.
So his wife passed away a couple of years ago from cancer. So to film Gene, one of his twins is a blue, one's a red. So I filmed them watching their dad in front of this crowd all singing This Is The One. It's absolutely beautiful. It's, because it was the best part for them. The game was terrible. Anyway, who do you support? Do you not football?
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Doesn't matter because
you
always don't care if you win. Did you?
I was desperate for Man United to beat Tottenham.
Everyone was Stereo sent me a message, and I thought, who does he support? Rob Birch said, "I hope you beat him. Good luck, Ro." And then people went, I thought you liked Arsenal. I didn't realise why he was saying, good luck, Rob. That was football. See, Arsenal hate Tottenham.
Yeah. So wasn't best
Well, if
pleased
you didn't
with
win
the
last
result
year,
the other
you're winning
night.
nothing. You can't. If you didn't win, I'm a rubbish. It's over.
Yeah, don't rub it in. It's hard at the moment, but
I'm joking. We'll absolutely dive our worst season ever.
no, I'm just sick of us not having success either. But no, I can imagine as a United fan, it is quite.
Well, luckily, because my son, he's 41 now, he got to take us to games at our best. I just feel sorry for the kids because a lot of them Sports City because fame hungry. So anyway, my son, supported United, got taken to the games with Andy Rourke's kids. Everybody's kids got taken by one of our security guys. When Cantona, everybody was winning. We won trebles first and everything. And then he watched Match of the Day and saw Crewe in Division 2 beat Southampton, and then he became a Crewe fan. I went, you can't, I've just spent loads of money. Yeah, so I love that though. You be individual, like that's what you're saying. If you're from Stockport, support County. Yeah. Blossoms.
Yeah, they're Stockport fans, aren't they? Yeah.
No, they're not. They're City fans.
City fans.
They're from Stockport. Yeah. They do support Stockport, but there's a sign saying "Welcome to Stockport, home of blossoms." But Brian Robson's from Middlesbrough.
Yeah, he's a legend up here.
Was he a manager?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, well, probably I think arguably the most successful manager in terms of the football
and on the way home
and everything.
He was on our flight home with the players' families.
But he loved one of those.
He's a legend.
I've heard some amazing stories of Brian Robson, but probably not able to be shared on
here. His wife
here.
As well, his daughter, and his wife's a proper. Everybody drinks a little bit. Stop it. No. His wife's not like your footballer's wife. And his daughter Claire, she's lovely. She works for United, big job. She said to me, "Is Derek still single? Because I wanted my son to have a baby with her." Can you imagine Brian Robson and my grandchildren, football playing singer? And she said, I got a boyfriend at the time. And then about 2 years later, Rowetta, is Derek still single? My son said, Claire, you've only seen one picture. It's with David Beckham. It's 10. But the answer is yes, you can have him.
He certainly loved up this neck of the woods, Brian Robson.
He's loved everywhere.
He's
a
legend.
And I know people might have had a drink with him. He's just very down to earth. And none of this big airs and graces again, no entourage. He had 2 women, his PAs or whatever, walking him to the plane. He sat at the front, behind Wes Brown, is my mate, dead normal, always says hello. When I'm drunk and a chat, going, telling him we're going to have grandchildren, he puts up with me.
Well, he's just, there's so many stories, and I think he could probably come to this area and he wouldn't have to buy a drink.
No, definitely not. But he wouldn't expect, would he? Keep said that's what they're all. Quite a lot of them like that. They're not big-headed, and Cantona does it. He just walks in a normal pub and surprises people. He'll ring up. He'll have one person looking after him. Paul Scholes does it. Turns up at an anti-drinking meeting and then comes to the pub.
Well, one of the best things I heard about Eric Cantona was the thing Liam Gallagher said. He did the video for his song with him. And apparently they were constantly asking him, does he want anything, any catering, any fees, just anything? And he was, no. And then just did the video for free, walked out, and Liam Gallagher said he just loved it.
You couldn't afford to. It's priceless, isn't it, getting to do that?
Yeah.
Unless he wanted to, he doesn't need the money. So tell us, what area does this cover?
Yeah, so we're from Middlesbrough, CVFM radios. You did us a nice little jingle earlier.
I came past on the way as well, the stadium.
Yeah, the river. Yeah, and it's we've just come down this afternoon to cover these amazing events on the beach. Of course, today is the Hacienda Day, and I wanted to ask you, what does Hacienda mean to you? In terms of like the history of it and everything, especially with it, being probably the biggest thing in Manchester in terms of the dance scene.
It's everything. Not like the dancing for me though, because I just come out of a Bastard Wives home, to be honest, and in '87 I think, and then all of a sudden, I got spotted at in the boardwalk with a band by Bruce Mitchell, who worked with Tony Wilson, who's Duretti column. He was doing the lights anyway. To Elliot Rashman, who managed Simply Red. This girl's amazing, blah, 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 blah. And she's like a female McCutnell. Don't know what that means. But ended up getting signed by Simply Red's manager, and the office was next door to Happy Mondays. Yeah, and they also managed Echo and the Bunnymen. And James.
Oh, we were just talking about James
Exactly.
before,
Like when
yeah.
the Bunnymen, everybody,
Ah,
a lot of the artists love them. But I couldn't believe it. He's like that. You're a superstar, but you need to take this serious and all this, and you need to do interviews and everything. And I was in about Survivor not long before, so I'm a punk, and I ended up thinking Happy Mondays. I think is the band for me because I thought they were punks. But so that's where that went. But yeah, but I did this song Reach Out in '89 or '88, and it got sampled by everybody eventually. So I'd walk in the Hacienda, and go, that sounds like me. I didn't know you could sample it then. If you think about it, it's nearly 40 years ago, and I did. But what they'd done, they left an a cappella on the B side of this 12-inch because you couldn't. We had no phones then.
yeah.
If
No,
somebody
no
rang you
videos.
and you didn't have an answer machine. Yeah.
I bet like playing these gigs just brings back all of them incredible memories.
It does.
With
The Hacienda to me was when I first walked in. I was in this refuge, and I walked in because I didn't want to see anybody I knew, and I didn't know anybody. We walked along Whitworth Street, went in one bar because I'd been in the Ritz, and it was in for a penny, in for a pound, grab a granny night, and I'd been there, but I'd sung at that. And we walked down to find somewhere a bit cooler where I wouldn't know anyone. And this Hacienda stood on the balcony, and I looked down, and this black woman walked in with braids, and everyone was like, "Way," whoever she was, and I went, "I want to be like her." And it was when I was at school, not popular, and I didn't know anyone anymore. I left my friends, and yeah, I just went. And a year later, I was that girl who'd come in and you'd go, "Where?" And I would go and sit in the boys' corner, where Ian Brown and all that would sit, and that's all I did. I didn't dance, I didn't take pills, I just sat and chatted, and I had a ball. But Tony Wilson was everything. The music, Joy Division, incredible. I was a little bit young for Joy Division, but now I've been singing it with Peter Hook over the years. Do you know that?
Yeah, incredible bass player, probably the best of the best in his field.
It's
without a doubt, yeah.
Definitely one of them. And Andy Rourke was so blessed.
Yeah, Andy Rourke.
But Peter Hook started to do Joy Division songs, and he asked loads of boys, those men, Tim Burgess, Moby, loads. They all said no, they were scared of internet criticism. And so I thought, I'll do one at Hard Rock for a charity, Hard Rock Cafe in Manchester. And they didn't boo me or throw things. And they continued not to. They started to say really nice things. So, and people were crying, Joy Division fans. And then his daughter said, she started to take photographs of me and said she loved my version of Atmosphere. So, yeah, I wasn't going to do Love Will Tear Us Apart, that's a boys' song. But I really enjoy his songs. If you really listen, Colony is just incredible. The melody and the lyrics, and yeah, my voice just suits it. And he's like, wow. So you just respect him, and then you learn about him. He had these real problems on stage. So people thought he was a great performer. And when we did 24-hour Party People, and the guy who played him, every time we walked past his room, he was in character, doing Love Will Tear Us Apart most of the time as well. But you could hear him acting like he's having a fit, and I thought he's going to need help. No, he was a great actor, but I played myself in 24-hour Party People, and I got back into character. Like, I was only needed for 3 days. 8 weeks I was there, every day I was there. Anyway.
So it sounds like you've got all of these amazing memories from the Hacienda time then.
I have, but then they joined the Mondays, so we were away a lot. But it was just a great time, a great few years, 1990. Everyone talks about the Summer of Love, I think, in 89, but I really missed that, and house music and everything. So you just pretend you were there. Yeah, no, I had a great time. I had 2 young children, but unfortunately, as I used to say to my mum, they need me to sing again.
But is it always nice to kind of get back to it on days like these? I know your manager.
He's not my manager. The Hacienda's manager.
The manager of
he's
the
a great
event,
friend of mine.
and it's his birthday today as well. Like you were singing on stage too.
I love him because I'm proper punk, but when I'm not happy with something, I'm just very, very honest about people,
Yeah.
and he always. There's quite a few lads like that. They put me, because it's unusual to be so honest all the time, and people appreciate you for that, I think. But at the end of the day, I've got a great voice. It's come from nowhere. About 12 or 13, I couldn't even get in a choir before that, and I'm like, where's that come from? Oh, I'm like, sugar. It's like a gift because I didn't have it before. I never tried, and so it's a blessing, and I don't take it for granted. But I do like singing Crass. It's my favourite band as a kid. I've just been to see Steve Ignorant. If you don't know him, check out Crass. Mara Hickney's on the cover, your very own sweet auntie mother. There she is on the front of the store. And I just advise you, wish you were. So, yeah, no, it's really, really clever lyrics, real proper punk, but love, punk is love. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Ian Brown loves that.
Of course, you did sound incredible out there, and one thing you did do last year, which I loved your voice on, was the Shed 7 record, In Ecstasy. I thought you and Rick just sounded so good together, and I've been lucky enough to catch you singing that live with them a few times as well. So tell me a little bit about that from your experience and how that song came to be with
But
Shed
he
7.
messaged me on Twitter and he said, just couldn't get my voice when he was writing this song out of my head. I hope you love it. And he's never collaborated with anyone, another singer before. And I'm thinking, I hope I love it too, because I really like him. But I could never really see myself with Shed 7. When they asked me to do Going for Gold, I just thought it might be too poppy for me.
With being a punk.
I didn't realise what they were like as people anyway. You know, I am a punk, but they're more punk than Happy Mondays, really, because they're really, really real. And do what they want, and very, very, when they're not happy with something, they manage themselves as well, and they don't do stuff for monies. They do stuff for the fans. I love what they do for the fans.
Oh, they're just the absolute best guys. We were talking about that beforehand. I mean, I've had experiences with Rick helping me with various stuff, doing interviews, and they're just like the best guys.
Really wear the hearts on the sleeves.
Yeah.
And if they say anything, they don't care if it ruins them. And so they've been managing themselves. They do everything. They film, they do the lights themselves, they do every single thing, the press, and they just take, and I just love them as a band. And they've split up before, and they've fallen out before and things. But Paul and Rick are the most incredible songwriters. Throwaways that they did with Pete Doherty.
Yes, another fantastic song on that record.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like, it could have been made for me when I was sat on my own, my mum had gone out. Alan doesn't like children, so see you Monday. I just sat there and people go, we've got to be in for 9, what time do you have to be in? I don't have a time. Then I just love the songs, they're relatable. And I said to Rick, because his mum's so lovely, his parents, how could you know? How can you write lyrics like that? Because we all feel like you can be bullied, can't you, and stuff. So it's just very, very real. But I said to me, your lyrics are incredible. Other people get lauded for, well, it's a genius. But unless you really feel it, which, yeah, it's very, very good. And Paul Banks, just went to his wedding not long ago, which is incredible.
Yeah. He's such a great guitarist.
Everything though, he does all
yeah.
he's got a company that does all the lighting, he manages
them. Does social media pages as well. Yeah. I mean, they're just an incredible band, and I'm seeing them in Leeds this summer, and I was going to ask you, can we expect to see you with them this summer?
Yeah, definitely. I'm doing the summer shows for definite. I put that in my diary and said I will not cancel. Castlefield, Scarborough and Leeds. And I wasn't going to do Leeds, I was going to go to Transmit a couple of days early because something to do with Fontaine's I used to. But Fontaine's on the Saturday, and I think Kneecap on the Friday, but I hope they're not doing it because apparently it might be really controversial because it's a special day in Glasgow. I don't know. Don't want any fight. But 50 Cent's on.
Oh, yes, he's on the bill. Yeah.
I like his interviews and stuff. But so I can't really. I've got to do Leeds and a Millennium with Shed 7.
That's dedication.
I know, but because the thing was, I wanted to do the tour when In Ecstasy was out, and they were touring, and I had to do an Australia tour with the Mondays, and I was gutted because they clashed at the same time, November, December, and I made it back. We landed from Perth, 17-hour flight, drove from London to Manchester. I slept for about an hour, got ready and got on stage, and it's the best. If anybody looks at Albert Hall in Manchester, it's the first time I sang In Ecstasy live, and it was like it was Beyonce or someone.
I think there's a live recording of that as well on one of the deluxe A Matter of Time albums. Yeah.
I've never been cheered before, but never felt because I didn't, and nobody knew if I'd make it as well. She's not going to make it. 17 hours from Perth, and it was just the best feeling. It was like, this is what feeling, and you could see, and that Going for Gold that I did, and Chasing Rainbows, all those songs. I was crying on Chasing Rainbows.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it was beautiful.
Well, talking of Chasing Rainbows, one of the best things I've seen with Shed 7 is, do you remember the York gigs last year? And it was a Friday night, everybody was on stage. Pete Doherty, Seratones, lottery winners, everybody was on that stage. Yeah.
I was there, so I remember. I said, I don't think they'll ever be able to, what do you call it, not the venue, what do you call it? That setting.
The museum gardens,
setting. Even at soundcheck, I was going, because I used to go there when my auntie lived in York, Brambledean, anyone who lives in York, in the mid Woodhouse is what it was called.
Yeah.
So I used to spend all the summers with my auntie in York, and we used to walk I never knew how beautiful it was as a kid. And then you go at sound check and you go, can you imagine when it's too loud, it's all lit up and it's full of people? And it was even better, it just surpassed it. It was, oh God, I'd love to do it again.
It was an amazing gig, and like, with it being their hometown as well, it made it even more special.
It was, they'll never, because we did Withenshaw Park, which is with Blossoms.
Yeah.
And that's minutes away from where I live. And that was really great. But it's just the state of that York Museum garden.
Like the ancient walls and all of the ruins.
It'd be something like you'd have to do the pyramids or something to make it.
Well, Rowetta, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat with you, and I loved your set out there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you at Shed 7 again in Leeds this summer.
Can I just do a big up as well to Gary Whelan, the drummer from the Mondays, because he's got a new band, a new album out, I think it's today, it's Yogi and the G. Oh, it was called Love and the Family Tree, the band, but they're called Yogi and the G.
Yogi and the G. I think I saw that.
Gary Bushell does. Everyone's giving great reviews. I've done one tune with them, Show Me the Truth, that Ian Brown says incredible. It's they're really phenomenal. He's a fan of Leonard Cohen and Bob Dylan. He learned how to play the guitar. He's a great musician. I think he doesn't enjoy playing drums as much as he used to with the band because Paul Ryder's gone. And we love Paul Ryder so much. And so I hope he does well. But if you listen to the album, I think you'll love it. It's incredible. He really works out on the lyrics and stuff. And I just sing, mate, because most of the time. I should try writing proper words. I'm kidding.